Welcome back to the Maximum Blackness podcast, and we are here tonight. I'm your host, Annie Yerb, and I'm here with Testa and OG Smoke as usual. How are you
Hey,
guys
hey,
tonight?
doing good, and I hope you are too.
Yo, another night. Glad to be in the building, in the books, you know what I'm saying? In the building, in the mix. Time to get it going.
Yeah, we're gonna, of course, open the table to some topics, and we're gonna talk about a few things. Testa always has a news topic, but I really wanted to, jump in and ask you guys a two-part question. Should they give kids condoms in school? And if not, should they then just practice teaching them abstinence instead of sexual education?
Ooh, I got teenagers, and I would I think foundation starts at home. Please, please, please give your kids whatever protection they may need. You may not agree with them opening their legs and sticking their things in places they may not belong at this age, but at the same token, you rather save your child from any STDs, future things that they can get and can't get rid of, babies that can be produced and can't be taken care of, as opposed to the school and them kids in school and their parents from the kids in school doing it for you.
I agree. Everything does start at home. So if you're teaching it at home, then should the school just teach them abstinence, is what you're saying? Or should the school participate in the sexual education?
Well, because of the rate of single parents, I agree with the school giving them condoms if they know that they are sexually active, not just offering it, because you still got innocent children there. You got children who may not even think to try to be in that kind of world or life, but once they do find out that they are sexually active, because these are counselors, these are teachers, these are people who are with our kids for over 8 hours a day. When they ain't got no parents at home, they with them teachers, they with them counselors in school acting out. The principals, and they know what these children are going through, sometimes more than the parent does. So yes, they should give the condoms. They should have those classes regardless, but I believe it is necessary in school. It really is. They are a second parent, third parent.
Sexual ed, as much as abstinence is about the same as important, we should possibly teach them both, because abstinence will save you from a lot of things, and sexual education, it educates you on a lot, but a lot of children don't take sexual education seriously at those ages. So I'm really kind of conflicted on that. I think that it should be like a two-part thing, like teach them about sex education, but at the same time promote abstinence until you're married, or try to make them feel like abstinence is the way to go until they reach some type of level in relationships where they should be able to have sex freely, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. And I agree with that too. They need to put more emphasis on what they're teaching in sexual education, instead of just saying, "Oh, you do this, this is gonna happen." They need more, but they treat it as a credit.
Because I remember my sexual education class, and we were told about a lot of things, but we weren't necessarily shown a lot of things that I feel like would have, helped out at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, I ain't take it serious, so
Exactly. Nobody took. That's why you got a lot of kids that get pregnant still, or early age moms and stuff like that. That's why you have a lot of people that just, they don't listen, and then end up with STDs and stuff like that. And
we need to go back to making it a scary thing. I remember back in the days when I was going to school, they made it kind of scary, so everybody took it kind of serious.
They made it scary.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the kind of helps. And another thing, I don't believe in the children. I mean, the kids should give, like, the teachers or anything should be giving out condoms, because some parents are going to feel like you gave that child consent to have sex when it might not be a household. They come from a strict household that has no sex, whatever, no talk about it, no nothing. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword with that. But
which is why I said if they already know, because I agree with that totally. If they already know the child is sexually active, I think they should.
But you gotta ask yourself, how many kids that you know, if you were a teacher in school, knew they were sexually active? You really don't know.
Yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, they so much more open with a teacher. I got teenagers.
Let you talk to
They so
teachers
much more
about
open
that.
than
Now,
with a teacher than
nowadays,
they. Yeah, nowadays because they have more freedom of speech.
They
They ain't
feel
in school getting
teachers
beat by
are
paddles no more.
like,
Yeah, but they are. I promise. When they're out of control, when they're rebellious teenagers, when they are not, get seeking that love from home, they really seeking that love in the teachers and the counselors. That's why they in school acting out. They get more love from the counselors sometimes than they do at home.
they get more babied by the counselors than they do.
But they know what's going on with that child.
To a certain degree. To a certain degree.
sometimes the school do know more than the parents do at home. I do agree with that. Sometimes they do. Sexual education is definitely important, but but abstinence is just as important because, of course, everybody wants to have sex, and but a lot of people don't understand repercussions and everything that comes along and all the feelings. Not even just the repercussions. What about those unmature feelings that you have after you have sex with somebody at those ages, and then you kind of just all out of whack because of that within itself? So it should be taught lightly, and it should start at home. You shouldn't hear sex education first just coming from your teacher. Once you start middle school, they usually start sexual education. So that should be around the time parents should have those conversations with children. Like sixth grade is a good age to start having those conversations if you haven't started already.
I agree. I agree because they are even elementary kids having sex, but
I'm telling you, I was
the
in
rate.
and two kids was hunching under the table. Like it was wild. It was crazy. So like kids are exposed to things at very early ages. So be careful. They was hunching under the table, boy. That shit was not funny. Like I can laugh about it today because I'm an adult now, but that shit was not funny.
Yeah,
Back then, it really wasn't.
sexual creatures we are.
I mean, it was just kind of weird too because, like, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's weird because again, at that age, you're exposed to a lot, and depending on who your parents leave you with, that makes it worse. So ain't no telling who was exposing these kids to these things and why they came to school doing those things. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame them at the end of the day because kindergarten, what are we, like 5 or 6?
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, yeah, 6, 7. So just things.
That's horrible.
It is horrible that they was hunching under the table like that. I should have told the damn teacher on their ass, but I was being threatened. It's sad that I vividly remember that at the age that I am.
No, that was traumatizing watching something like that. You don't know what the hell's going on.
It was traumatizing, but I was seeing things at home and had people in my life that was exposing things to me too. So I kind of get like maybe somebody was showing them things that they shouldn't have been showing them, or maybe their parents was around doing things. Parents could be around the house doing stuff that they ain't got no business doing, and think your kids ain't watching. So just be careful. Just really be careful. Testa, what's your news topic?
Well. I guess this is why they say. I guess since we're on the topic of parenting, and they say we shouldn't beat our children anymore. Cousins ages 10 and 12 charged with beating 3-year-old girl to death while two moms were out gambling. Sure, they picked this up from somewhere, especially when they're beating a child so bad that they have killed the child.
They beat the baby up that they so bad that they killed it?
Yeah, two cousins, just 10 and 12, have been charged with murder for allegedly beating a 3-year-old girl to death, while their parents and guardians left 8 kids home alone to go gambling. And they're preteen boys at that. Not even,
girls.
Oh my gosh, who have not been identified, because their ages, but they are accused of beating Blesses Buckles is her name. Until she suffered a fatal brain bleed, with a 4-year-old girl also found badly beaten. So it's a total of 4 children who really have had their lives taken away from them, or at least traumatized. 2 of them going to jail. Them little boys, either that or the parents gonna go to jail, and the little boys gonna have to worry about how to go through child service.
Want some consequences too.
They should, but they also gonna put a lot of this on the parents because they left them children home. There was also an 11-month-old baby there. The document said that the 26-year-old woman charged with principal to second-degree murder The eldest was the 12-year-old murder suspect, even though he was known to be violent with younger kids, according to charges documented cited by the outlets. They had already known.
Oh, who the hell got the nerve to leave their kids with a big ass child? That's already abusive.
Selfish ass parents who go gambling and leave
First
these
of all,
children home.
this is what I feel like somebody had too many kids, and now you got the oldest child trying to watch these kids like that. Ain't their responsibility. And now look at what done happened. That poor
Yep.
baby is dead. How? Oh my gosh, that's sad. And then her cousins did that to her. That's something that they're gonna have to live with for the rest of their lives, and hopefully, at some point, they feel bad about it.
Yep.
Because
And they,
eventually when things start, you don't be feeling bad until some shit hit you for real.
yeah, they teenagers might not hit them for real. Like, they gonna feel it when they get older. Right now, it's just, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. I did this. But when they feel it, and I mean life gonna hunt them, it
When
won't be
they
too
sit
old.
in front of that judge in handcuffs, they gonna feel it. When they in them little juvenile cells with them kids, they gonna feel it. Like, if you feel that shit when they isolate you and put you in them cuffs. I don't care what age you are.
I don't think they was really ever born.
Something's wrong.
I don't think their lives really ever been much of anything more than what I'm telling you. One of them, the Yates, was previously arrested for stealing $20 worth of clothes from a Walmart and for stealing an iPad, 2 guns, and business checks from a home.
2 guns.
Two
God
guns.
damn.
I don't think the children ever had a real chance in society to know what how beautiful life can be.
No, they found out already. We dealing with baby kids 5.0. No. No.
Oh my gosh, that is sad. And look at all these, like you said, look at all these lives that have been touched and traumatized, because they're getting some type of consequence behind this. And you done kill somebody as a child, you probably gonna get tried like an adult. You just killed the baby.
True. But like I said, he's not gonna get as much time because it's not like he is. They already knew he had trauma. They already knew he was abusive. The parents left him home. These kids home. It's a level of this. So the parents gonna get the highest charges. I can tell you, but they're not even gonna give them. Remember I kept telling you that parents who kill their children will get less time than somebody who does not kill a child of their own. Well, this will be a opposite of that story most likely. She's gonna get the full amount of time because even though it's her child, she left it reckless. This is a reckless situation. So the parents gonna get more of this time, and the children may not get as much time as they deserve because the parents is more reckless in this situation.
I'm lost for words because it's.
Children need help. They know. I wouldn't even.
Some therapy and
they need counseling. They need everything because, like I said, they may never had the chance to even know what a beautiful life was when they have parents like this.
True enough, their parents is a good example of what you turn out to be most of the time.
What are the records of the parents? We have to ask that.
So one of them was the one who went and got the $20, gun charges and all that good old stuff. The other one they're not mentioning if she had any charges at all, but they both have been arrested.
Oh wow, okay, wow. So now we got 8 kids in the system and 2 parents in jail. Great. That's just great. More black families. Is that a black family going
all
down?
All black.
More black families being broken apart and put in the system, which is where no kid really needs to be. And the system is horrible. I know they say we're here to help the kids. The system is horrible. They got more molesters and more child abusers in the system trying to take kids in than they do in the homes right now. This is ridiculous and it's sad. And I just don't.
They look like a mess.
That leaving your kids with other kids, especially when you know this kid is abusive, is a good idea. I don't really trust. Like, we don't trust most people with our child in the first place. So therefore, that's just a lie. I understand they probably thought it was the family, so it's safe to leave your kids, but it ain't safe to leave your kids with all of your family members or with the other kids. That matters because everybody's still doing different things and teaching their kids different things.
So I did find a record on the other parent, and it say that she allegedly, set a car on fire next to someone's home who was charged with murder in 2021 for allegedly shooting a woman to death, but was never indicted on a grand jury.
Damn.
I'm off this topic. They fuck. Period.
Everyone.
They just done.
All over the board.
They give motherfuckers a bad name. Like, we give black people a back rep for this shit like this. But they fucked themselves with that bullshit. I remember back in the day when parents left like that, they had an older cousin that was 18 or at least
Or
there,
at least 16.
watching over the 12-year-olds and the rest of the kids. Usually that's how it was back in the day, but now you got kids leading kids.
Well, I
Blah.
blame this on state laws at this point because of, yes, back in the day they had that, and the parents started complaining. Laws changed, right? So in some states they have an age limit on how old you can be to stay home. I stay in a state where you can leave your child home just as long as there's no harm caused. They can't do anything about it. And they gotta at least be 11, 12 years old. But after that age, if there's no harm caused, then the parents won't be in trouble for leaving their children home.
But it's still fucked up because somebody has to be a parent saying, regardless of how old my child is, I still need somebody that has an adult mind there. I need a nephew or a niece that I know is old enough that can carry herself the right way, that I trust, that can be there in case when shit start popping off the wrong way. You know how to separate these kids. You know how to force one in the room, force another one over here.
That's where negligence kick in at.
Is everything, because you can have two
and that's why
I feel
I give zero fucks on this story. Sorry, guys.
I just thought it was sad, like really, really sad, and hopefully somebody will reach out and help these children because they never had a chance.
They need some therapy at this point. They need to, especially the boys that got arrested. They need some proper guidance set in there, like which was another. Well, I guess it really ain't another topic because that's a violent issue, but whatever. Nothing more to really be said because. That just is what it is. It's a sad family case.
Next week we'll be happy.
Yes, next week we'll have some happier news, and we just wanted to come through and drop some topic bombs as usual, and let you guys know that we are Max to the Black for the weekend as usual. Anybody have any final words to say before we head out tonight?
Nope, just fix some collard greens and send them my way and a piece of cornbread.
I do. Please, motherfuckers, if you're gonna leave your kids at home, make sure it's with somebody knowledgeable, or another niece or nephew, or somebody that you trust that's young enough to watch and rule over these goddamn kids while you ain't there, because shit like this happens. And when shit like this happens, you are fucked up. Period. Fucked.
Period. And we out. Till next week. Stay Max to the Black.